Right, hello everybody. I don't know how well this is going to work. Mainly, this is a test to see how well my internet's working in my new house. It's been a little while since I've done a Wolves Wednesday, but hopefully they'll be watching, and perhaps we can have a little bit of a discussion as well. But this is mainly just a test to see how well my internet connection is. So if you can just let me know in the comments how clearly things are coming through, and if there's any buffering or things like that, just so I can try and fix it if there are any problems in the next couple of weeks. I think there's quite a few people watching already, which I'm a little bit surprised about. And thank you very much to all of you who are watching right now. So the question that I put in the description about Johnny, but also I suppose applicable for Doherty as well. Both of those two look as if they could be in the description about Johnny, but also I suppose applicable for Doherty as well. Both of those two look as if they could be out of the game on Sunday against Huddersfield Town, which is a massive game. Hello, Shiv. Nice to hear from you again. As well, boys and girls, I hope you're enjoying the Movember effort. I have got a page somewhere. If you'd like to donate, then feel free. Perhaps I'll share that on my video on Sunday. But yeah, there's quite a massive game on Sunday with Huddersfield, and then obviously missing Johnny. Who would you go for in that position? Well, not so much. There's not much of a discussion about Johnny. I think Vinagre will come in there. Right back, I think, is more of a question mark, because it looks as if, or it sounds as if, Doherty will be missing as well. It seemed quite an innocuous sort of injury that in that game against Arsenal, the bang to the side of the face there. But they carried on. He carried on for the last couple of minutes, I suppose. Whether he was concussed, he pulled out the Ireland team as well. I don't know how badly that has affected him. But there's a few options. There's been talk about Ryan Giles moving from left back, and that he's left-footed player playing on the right-hand side. There's been some discussion about Ryan Bennett, who played there a couple of times last season. Oscar Bull Rasmussen as well, who of course came in famously in that game against Hull at the end of last season to grab that goal, which was an important point at the end. Or Dendoncker has been mentioned as a right back, but I think the way that we play, the right wing back position is such a vital role. It's very, very difficult really to think about who's going to play there because of the importance of the role. Who would you go for? There's 21 people watching. Let's have a look who you would suggest. Gibbs White, says Jason Turley, right wing back. Iorfa. So Iorfa he's eligible to play. He's been named in the squad of players for the Premier League. We haven't seen him yet. We haven't seen him for a couple of years now. Didn't do particularly well at Ipswich last season, but plays in that position. So I think he probably is in with a decent shout there. Matthew McCourt, Adama. Now, I've heard a lot of talk about Adama playing at right wing back on Twitter, and I can't see it happening, to be honest. I think we saw with Cavaleiro playing in that position in that game against Hull for a little while. You need a defensively minded player, or you need somebody who's capable of playing in that defensive sort of role to be able to carry out those defensive duties. Although I think a big part of the role is going forward. That's a massive part of it, the right wing back position. Aside from that, any other changes to the team? I think I did call for Gibbs White to be brought in against Arsenal. I don't think it would have been the right thing to do at that time. I think there was a little bit of panic setting in after losing 3 games in a row, but the two of them played very well against Arsenal, and I would imagine that they'd be able to control the game against Huddersfield. Although I think we might come up against a bit of a tougher challenge in midfield against Huddersfield there. Okay. Any predictions for the weekend as well? Again, just for the people who are just joining the stream, this is just a little test. So if you can let me know as well in the comments that the main purpose of this stream is just to test the internet here and see if it's okay. Hope you're all enjoying my new background as well. If you follow me on Instagram, I put these pictures up the other day. These are Bands FC. If you ever come across them before, they're like art sort of thing, so they mix together bands and football clubs into quite cool looking things. So you've got that one there is Kings of Leon, but obviously in Olympic Leon colours, so I think it's quite cool. For Johnny Dendonka Doherty Gibbs White, so people are suggesting, quite a few people have suggested Gibbs White for this right wing back position. For me, we've seen Gibbs White develop so much this season alone in that attacking, in the sort of attacking minded midfield player. He's improved so much by training alongside Neves and Moutinho, and that's going to continue to be the case, I think, for the next however many years that the three of them play together. But I can certainly see Gibbs White settling down into a position now. I think we saw him struggling really last season to nail down a place and know where his position was. We saw him playing up front, we saw him playing wide, we saw him playing in that right wing back position. But I think he's settled into this centre midfielder role now, and yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with Gibbs White and the way he's developing as well. But I wouldn't like to see him shoved out to right wing back on Sunday, because I think it's a role that requires a lot of discipline as well. So hopefully I think he needs to settle into that centre midfield role. A couple of comments there about the score. 2-1. Jimenez to score twice, and Moy to score for Huddersfield. Robert Fletcher 2-1 for us, of course. Right. We'll probably leave it there for the just to let people know as well that I am trying to get videos back up and running and into the swing of things again. There'll be a preview for the game against Huddersfield up on Saturday, and then a review pretty soon after the game then Sunday as well. But it's quite a big, it's difficult in the Premier League with a YouTube channel because there's not as many games. So the momentum that the channel gained throughout last season was quite consistent because of there being games twice a week for long periods of the season. But now when you're playing once every week, and that's it. But we've got a very busy Christmas period, quite a lot of fixtures as well in December. So from now until New Year's, hopefully there'll be lots of videos up. I am thinking of doing some sort of live stream, sort of Advent sort of thing through December, just talking about my favourite moments, perhaps as Wolves fan or things like that. I tried to do something last year, but got a bit bored halfway through. So we'll see about that. Hopefully we can provide some great entertainment for you on this channel. But thank you very much for joining me today in this little short live stream. Oh, just so well, burped at the end. Thank you very much. If you're new around here, subscribe. If you've enjoyed yourself, drop a like. And next Wednesday, maybe we'll start doing these a little bit earlier as well, because I think 9 o'clock, it's not the best time to do them. So perhaps from a little bit earlier, but I'll put it out on Twitter. I can now put things on the community thing on my page as well, so look out for the posts on there. But But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye.